Yeah, this is going to be a self-contradictory statement, but don't listen to advice. Obviously, I'm going to give advice, so you may just want to switch off the video and not give me the desired views that I want. But don't listen to advice. And when I say that, I mean, obviously, internet is full of it, and everybody is just doling advice, including me. So why not listen to it? Because you do not know the context of the advice. You do not know in what sense is that advice being given. So somebody says, let's say, don't care, and you try and apply it. So let's say I say don't care from a very business sort of a point of view, and you try and apply it to your personal relationships. That's it, I mean, it's not going to work. So you always have to know the context from where, or the background from which the person is coming. And even then you cannot know, because I will only share, at this point in time, what I know about myself, what I'm comfortable sharing. Probably 5 years down the line, I will share something more that will put my advice in a completely different light. So you really don't know what the context, or what the context of the advice is. And even like worse, you do not know what sort of a person, you know I mean, I would have had probably completely different experience. I gave you that example that I say don't care, and probably I'm speaking from a business point of view, and you apply it to a personal relationship. Gone. Like, it's destroyed. And that's it's so difficult. See, when you look at advice, the basic advice is always the same. Like, take care of yourself physically, do not have any physical pains or injuries, or try to minimize them. Be mentally calm, composed, loving, work hard, find something that you enjoy, or give meaning to what you're doing yourself. I mean, those are some very basic advices that have stood the test of time, and that's fine. Those are pretty straightforward, and I think you should follow those. But when you get into all of these things of following advices, and again, the other aspect obviously is to try and understand the psychology of things, like why the mind is the way it is, why the things are happening the way they are, and so on and so forth. And it is actually pretty difficult to understand. But again, you have to be extremely, extremely careful what advice you let your mind soak up, because it's just a super, super high powered computer or a machine, and it's just endless. The number of permutations and combinations, it will just mess up everything. I do understand the need to listen to advice, because that's like, immediately, if you're suffering or going through something, if you listen to something of that sort, you find it very relatable. You can hear somebody speak out those things, or probably you can share your own things, and it makes your heart little lighter. But in the long run, I would say, I mean, it's very difficult to take advice from someone. Like, that person should have some sort of a social standing, and it's not just famous. Like, you should actually admire that person's work, not just impressed. Again, there's a difference between, I would say, being impressed and admiring someone. Impressed is, any famous person with success, with any sort of influence, nowadays can seem to be very impressive. But admiration is, you admire that person because of certain qualities. So, and those people whom you admire cannot be like in 50s or 10, 20. They would be just one or two. And even better would be if you can find somebody close to you, a friend, maybe your parents, or somebody close to you, or somebody whom you know physically. Because internet is full of advice, and it's just very difficult to take what's good, what's bad, define the context, etc., so on and so forth. So, are you going to listen to this advice, even though you don't know me properly, and even though I don't have the social currency, or at least I am not famous in this field? So, are you going to take advice from me? Are you? Let me know in the comments. Thank you. Bye bye.